Don't like the necessarily don't like the rejection from indexes. I mean, this could be setting up for a nice little inside bar. So would we say this is a failed breakout? Essentially. Look at the Jan 5th 263s. So guys, you're still today, right? Half size still today. First day back, so just getting my feet under me. Don't want to watch the reaction here for a second. All right, guys, I'm in average price 93 cents on those 263 puts. Average price 93 cents on those 263s. Giving myself a 10% stop here or high of day. And it's a half size position here. Good entry, Jason. Good entry. Yeah, let's see if it can break down here now, right? Let's see if it can break down here now. Gonna take a little bit off at probably like $1. A little bit past like $1.03 if I can get it. And take off about a quarter of my position at that area coming up now. There we go, guys. Locked in a little bit of profit. Stop loss now. My remainder is going to be at, call it 95 cents. 95 cents stop loss on my remainder. I'm actually going to take off a little bit more here in a second at that $1.10 if I can get a fill. But let's go. Right. Let's go. Nice work. So we're going to take a little bit off here in a second at $1.10. There we go. Now stop loss on my remainder is going to be at $1. And let's see if this thing can break down. But I have no reason to do anything else besides smile. What a freaking monster. Let's go here, guys. I'm going to take off a little bit more at like $1.20. Maybe $1.25. Start being a little bit greedier. But protecting entry here. Let's go, everybody. Hopefully a few of you guys are crushing this as well. But quick little 30% ripper to start the day. I will not complain about that. There we go. Taking a little bit off here at 125. 1 cent got partial fill. There we go. Stop loss now in my remainder is going to be 115. 115 stop loss. And let's see if this thing can keep breaking down. But guys, What a trade. 40% in 5 minutes. Let's go. Holy. All right, I'm going to take a little bit more off here in a second. Right, 145 if I can get it. Okay, there we go, guys. And I've got a little chunk left here. Protecting entry on this remainder. We'll call it like $1.20. But from 93 cents to $1.40 in 5 minutes, I think we pretty much sniped that, guys. Congratulations to everybody. Oh, holy shit. That was awesome. Let's go. Yeah, I've got like 1/5 of my original position here left, guys. And protecting that at $1.20. I've taken some off here as high as, let's see, 145 is my highest fill price. And so let's even keep getting a further breakdown. I'm going to start taking this thing off just like that NVIDIA yesterday. Really, like, I'm going to start taking off small chunks here if I can keep getting breakdowns. I want to see how much follow through I can get. But I mean, that was perfect, guys. We did that. Absolute sniped it. So let's even keep getting some monster follow through. Like maybe 100% would be epic. But let's not force anything here. If it isn't there, this is turning into a monster day. Even though it was a half-size trade. So let's go, everybody. Oh, I love this job. Nice that we get our action out of the way before Fed minutes too. Like textbook, right? And we don't have to worry about anything. We can just chill. We got a lot of buffer too. We got a lot of buffer on this. Now that 120 might happen, but I mean, I'm happy protecting my last fifth. You know, protecting 35%. Like, that's okay. I'll be fine with that. See what I mean, guys? When we talk about, like, consistent, repeatable process leads to big wins. Right? Consistent, repeatable process leads to big wins on this example. Yeah, we played QQQ puts here from this 266.47 at 93 cents all the way down to about $1.45. Still protecting entry here on my last remaining chunk, but we'll see how that goes. Well, that's why the 10% stop loss was there. So it was a two-tier, right? It was either I'm getting stop loss at high of day or 10%, whichever one. I pick whichever strike price has got the best volume, pretty much, Wishbone. That's my main criteria. But yeah, like it wasn't like my plan, Brad, was either high of day or 10%, right? Whichever one gave me that flexibility. And that's how it panned out. It was a pretty tight stop, right? Like for the risk reward that we had in this circumstance, risking 35 cents to make $1.60, like we're getting 6 to 1. So that's always going to be like a perfect play. Dan, you got to start making some space for at market open. 2 big plays in a row here. So yeah, when you have like a really tight stop, right, you can have a little bit more flexibility. Because if I'm sizing half size position, right, and I'm going 10% stop loss, if that triggers, right, I'm only losing half of what my max loss is. So I've got flexibility within that context, right, by sizing less. So it just gives me more freedom to be able to yeah, survive a fake out, right? And we know that markets have been pretty choppy. So if we're assuming that we're going to have a fake out, we're looking for an entry on a fake out on this inside bar, you know, it's not too much of a stretch to think that, hey, maybe there's an opportunity on a fake out higher. Maybe that would have been the perfect entry. So like, you know, in my journal here, right? What I've been working on when I'm writing my entries down is what was my entry price, right? Where was my entry? Where was perfect entry? And where was the worst entry, right? Okay, worst entry would have been, you know, at close here, right? By exactly at that area. Stop loss 120, guys, could get stopped out here in a second. So worst entry would have been entering, you know, 296, right? My entry was, okay, about 266.70. I just got stopped out, guys, protecting at 118. I mean, sick trade, though. What a sick trade. And then maybe best entry would have been on that fake out above high of day, just because inside bar high and high of day high may be super similar. So that maybe could have been the only thing that, you know, that would have been the perfect entry if you want to call it that. But, I mean, ultimately, enough of a, or small enough buffer there, small enough zone where I don't think there's too much of a difference. That makes sense? And then does everyone understand the logic behind this trade here? What the setup was, what we were hoping for, what the move was, why we played it this way? Yeah, absolutely. So, right, setup, failed breakout, right? Failed breakout has room towards 262. Well, opened up above bars, right? Tried to make a higher high, couldn't sustain that higher high, and then rejected and sold off, right? Rejected and sold off on reversal volume. So we got bigger volume than, you know, yesterday's closing bar, right? So we have really good indication that, hey, we've got a lot of sort of strength from bears. Then same thing like that NVIDIA setup yesterday, right? Where we then got that inside bar. So we got indication that bulls aren't very strong. We got price action consolidated within. Everything else looked the same. You know, markets wise, we saw a fake out on the SPY. The anticipation is that if we got trend continuation, we could see bears step in, trying to protect those highs to push price action down. And so that's what we took advantage of here, right? So we got strong bears established on this, you know, opening candle sell-off, right? And we see that with the strong candle shape and strong volume. Then we see weak bulls step back in with a, you know, least bullish candle, right? So the weakest looking bullish candle on, you know, thin volume, so about half of the volume that we saw previously. So we've got a good indication here that, hey, you know, bulls aren't particularly coming back in control with any conviction. So the thesis becomes, right, if we can get trend continuation, we'd expect to see bears to try to step in and defend today's highs, to push price action lower. And that's exactly what happened. Textbook setup, exactly how we talked about. Had space down towards 262. We didn't quite get that follow through. We got stuck at that midline on the Bollinger Band, but no big deal. We got, you know, a little bit over 50% in 5 minutes, so I can't really complain about that.